Did you know that inside your kitchen pantry, there are simple ingredients that can naturally transform during fermentation and become something quite remarkable for your body? We're about to uncover two ancient, yet scientifically proven super combinations. This isn't about mere folk remedies. This is molecular science. These simple, natural ingredients hold the key to boosting immunity. But their power doesn't stop here. They also hold a key to solving one of modern health's biggest challenges: insulin resistance. Insulin resistance affects millions globally. It's the silent metabolic dysfunction behind diabetes, obesity, and chronic inflammation. But nature has an answer. The choice is clear: processed versus natural, dysfunction versus balance. Let's begin with nature's solution. The answer lies in transformation. These raw ingredients, garlic, honey, cinnamon, hold immense potential. But to unlock their full power, they must first undergo a specific process. That process begins with understanding garlic's chemistry. When you slice raw garlic, something remarkable happens at the molecular level. It instantly triggers the creation of garlic's powerful defensive compound, allicin. Allicin is known globally for its potent antibacterial and antifungal properties. It is the compound we are told gives garlic its amazing health benefits. However, there is a fundamental scientific problem. Allicin is an extremely volatile compound. It is highly unstable, especially when exposed to air or heat. Within minutes of slicing, its complex structure is destroyed and the benefit is lost. This rapid degradation means allicin is often neutralized before the body can even effectively absorb it. The science confirms this problem. Studies show that up to 90% of allicin degrades within just 30 minutes of exposure. This is why raw garlic often fails to deliver its promised benefits. But what if we could stabilize it? That's where fermentation changes everything. This is where the magic of the anaerobic honey fermentation begins. Over 7 to 14 days, the raw honey works its chemical miracle. The sealed jar creates an anaerobic environment. As fermentation begins, CO2 gas builds up. Open the lid daily to release pressure, and you'll notice something remarkable. These tiny bubbles are signs of life, of transformation. Each bubble represents the breaking down of complex compounds into bioavailable forms. This sealed environment drives a total chemical transformation. The volatile allicin is forced to structurally change, converting entirely into a new compound, S-allylcysteine or SC. But the fermentation doesn't stop here. Heat fermentation also creates a slightly acidic environment, further preserving the garlic and enhancing SAC stability. The stable SAC is everything. Unlike allicin, SAC is water-soluble, meaning it dissolves easily, and crucially, it is highly stable. It won't degrade. But achieving this remarkable stability requires time. Patience is key. From day 1 to day 14, watch as the garlic transforms from white and firm to translucent and soft, saturated with bioactive compounds. Once consumed, these bioactive compounds, particularly the stable SAC molecules, begin their journey through your digestive system. SAC is highly bioavailable. It enters your bloodstream easily and works throughout your entire system. Garlic's true benefits are unlocked. But how does it reach every cell? Through circulation. Once absorbed, the stable SAC flows smoothly through your bloodstream, easily traversing membranes due to its water-soluble nature, reaching tissues throughout your body. Thanks to its unique structure, SAC passes through cell membranes effortlessly, reaching the interior where the real work begins. What's the real work? SAC's key effect is on your innate immune pathway, your body's first line of defense. We're talking about cells like macrophages and natural killer cells. SAC doesn't just float by. It actively docks onto specific receptors on these immune cells, like a key fitting into a lock. SAC acts as a powerful immune modulator. It doesn't just kill bacteria. It actively binds to these cells, signaling them to become fortified and highly vigilant. Essentially, SAC puts your entire immune system into ready mode every single day. The defense mechanism is pre-primed to face any potential threat. This activation doesn't stay local. It cascades throughout your entire immune network, from your gut to your bloodstream to every organ system. But don't just take our word for it. The science backs this up. The clinical proof is robust. A randomized controlled trial in the Journal of Nutrition showed SAC significantly decreased infection risk and cold and flu severity. Furthermore, SAC consumption was linked to a significant decrease in systemic inflammatory markers. This explains the anecdotal feeling, "Why am I not getting sick easily?" It's the powerful, consistent modulation by SAC. Let me show you this visually. At the cellular level, the difference is dramatic. Before SAC, your immune cells patrol slowly. After AC, they're alert, active, and ready to neutralize threats immediately. The method is surprisingly simple. Take raw garlic cloves, submerge in honey, ferment for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of fermentation, the garlic is completely transformed, soft, sweet, and packed with bioavailable SAC. You can eat it straight, spread it on bread, or add it to your meals. The possibilities are both delicious and therapeutic. But dosage matters. For consistent SAC delivery and maximal immune modulation, simply consume 1 single clove of the honey-fermented garlic every day. Store your fermented garlic honey in a cool, dark place or refrigerate for extended shelf life. Can last for months, even years, growing more potent with time. This is your first daily defense. But the protocol becomes even more powerful with a second component. Now that you understand fermented garlic, let's transition to our second compound, the synergy of cinnamon and honey. Here, the choice of cinnamon variety is absolutely crucial for your safety and results. True Ceylon cinnamon comes primarily from Sri Lanka, where it's carefully harvested from the inner bark of Cinnamomum verum trees. You must ensure you are using Ceylon cinnamon, known scientifically as Cinnamomum verum. This is visually different from its cousin, cassia. The danger with cassia? It contains dangerously high levels of coumarin, a chemical compound that can cause serious liver toxicity if consumed daily. Ceylon, however, contains only negligible trace amounts of coumarin, making it the safe and recommended choice for daily consumption and for all your health goals. How can you tell the difference? Ceylon is thin, brittle, and light in color with multiple layers. Cassia is thick, hard, and darker with few thick layers. Once you've identified true Ceylon, you unlock access to 2 extraordinary compounds. These compounds are what makes Ceylon truly medicinal. The first is cinnamtannin A2, a compound often described as the backup insulin key. In cases of insulin resistance, the cell's primary insulin receptors become dysfunctional or desensitized, causing the body's natural insulin to fail in its duty. When cinnamtannin A2 successfully activates the receptor, it triggers a cascade, a chain reaction of cellular events that begins mobilizing glucose transporters. Here's how. The key-shaped cinnamtannin A2 intervenes. It successfully docks onto the impaired receptor, effectively acting as an emergency key that activates the entire system. With the gate open, glucose particles, which were previously trapped in the bloodstream, are now swiftly and efficiently ushered inside the cell where they belong. The result? A substantial improvement in cellular response. Insulin resistance decreases, and the body's ability to manage blood sugar is restored. But cinnamtannin A2 is only part of cinnamon's power. Working alongside it is a second key molecule, cinnamic acid. This molecule is a powerful metabolic regulator that focuses on your body's energy engine. Cinnamic acid activates the crucial enzyme known as AMPK, often nicknamed the energy-burning engine of the cell. This enzyme dictates how your body utilizes and stores energy. By activating AMPK, cinnamic acid sends regulatory signals, helping to suppress the overproduction of glucose by the liver, a common issue in metabolic syndrome. Beyond glucose, this activation also broadly decreases chronic metabolic inflammation, the silent underlying root cause of long-term insulin resistance. These anti-inflammatory effects are just the beginning. The benefits compound over time. Immediate effects include reduced inflammation and better glucose control. Long-term effects include reversed insulin resistance and metabolic restoration. Bold claims require solid evidence. That's why these mechanisms have been rigorously tested in clinical trials. The scientific validation is clear. An RCT published by Romeo and colleagues in 2020 focused on the daily glucose variability in pre-diabetic individuals. This was a rigorous randomized controlled trial, the gold standard of scientific evidence. Participants were randomly assigned to intervention or control groups. Following the intervention, the data showed a significant improvement. The daily glucose variability became measurably more stable and controlled. The difference was statistically significant. The cinnamon group showed remarkable improvements in glucose stability, insulin sensitivity, and inflammation markers. How did this happen? The key lies in the antioxidant response. Systemic antioxidant levels increased, the mechanism behind reduced inflammation. This pattern, stabilized glucose and increased antioxidants, is the classic sign of reversing insulin resistance. The science is clear. So how do we apply this? Each morning, 1 clove of fermented garlic and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon honey mixed into 200 milliliters of water. 2 compounds once daily. 2 simple ingredients. 2 powerful compounds. 1 transformative daily practice. Behind this practice lies nature's simplest gifts: garlic, honey, cinnamon, and water. Science simply shows us how to unlock their potential. Apply this science, feel the difference, and invest in a body that's prepared for anything. Remember, consistency unlocks results. 1 clove of fermented garlic, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon honey water, daily. Apply this knowledge and feel the difference in your body. Join thousands who have discovered the power of these ancient remedies validated by modern science. Your metabolic transformation begins today.